Got up this morning, got out of my bed, got a big cup of coffee to clear my head. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Good morning, Shitters. I'm recording this on the camera I normally use for vlogging, which has normally got a microphone attached to it. So I've got absolutely no idea whether it's actually recording any audio. Anyway, I've been giving Nibbler a little polish with this stuff, muck off polish, which I got in the cleaning kit. And to be quite honest, I think the best way to use it is to spray it on, leave it to dry, and then buff it out. Burpees. There's only one problem with it. It stinks. This stuff, I don't know what they put in it, but it stinks like fly spray. It's revolting. So muck off, if anybody who works for muck off is watching, change the smell because it stinks, and it will stop me using it because it's vile and the smell hangs around for ages. Look, all his bodywork's on, all of it. Although, to be fair, the side panels have got to come off because his battery's gone a bit duff. He didn't want to start the other day, so I asked on one of the forums if anybody had taken the fuel pump out and just ran a gravity line. Now, I've had big capacity bikes before which did not use a fuel pump. The fuel pump on the ZX10, I believe it only actually operates when the starter's pressed, so top up the carbs, fill up the carbs, because the fuel tap doesn't have a prime position. There's a couple of ways around that. We could fit something like a GPZ 900 fuel tap, which does have a prime position, which never had a fuel pump, and they used to, run fine. Or we'll just run a gravity line, because the carbs should fill up quite quickly. And to be honest, somebody said, well, the fuel level's below the carburetors. Now, if you look on the other side, there's your carb tinkles, there's your float bowl. So the float bowl is in line with the frame. Bear this in mind, this is a lesson in physics that Jim doesn't understand. Anyway. So there we go, we know the float bowl is in line with the bottom of the frame. So is the fuel tap. So to me, oh God, I can't stand you anyway. So to me, why have I just, it's a fucking touchscreen, you wanker. Oh no, I don't, oh, what have I done? What have I done? Right. I had no idea what I did then. Oh, where's my coffee? Oh, my coffee's over there. Oh, I'm going to have to get my coffee. Because I forgot this is a touchscreen, the front is a touchscreen, the rear is a touchscreen. I've only used this camera for the vlogging, when Nibbler was running. I'm going to go and get my coffee. Just excuse me a minute. I'm in here. I'm coming. I've come back round again. Don't worry, I'm here. You're either going to see a massive blow up in my face, or I'm going to be a tiny dot in the distance because I don't know what field of view or anything like that I've got selected. It tells me, but it's too early to understand. Now, I'm using this camera because I did some filming the other day on my usual little GoPro session, which is usually my little go-to camera because it's whack in your pocket and it's a one button operation. Press the button, it records. Press the button, it stops recording. And I was filming in here actually, doing a bit of filming on Nibbler. Nothing important, just fannying around. And I had the gate go, which is usually my uncle showing up. So I opened the shed door, filming. I'm going to do that again because that was Alfred Hitchcock levels of directorism, filming. and it wasn't. We'd got a food delivery, so I came back in the shed and I put the camera down, and that was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. I haven't found it since, and I had Nibbler out here yesterday. I tidied all the bits of tissue up and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Jim, why have you got tissue in the shed? To my boy, dirty boy. And just tried to look for it. Well, I thought I put the camera down and I can't find it anywhere. So, yeah, Slinky, running well after MOT. Yeah, run really well. Probably done a couple of 100 miles in him now since the MOT. And it's good to have him in autumnal weather, because even though they're a bit sort of tail happy, they've got a stability program, they're a bit tail happy. I mean, those things spin up in the dry at junctions and stuff like that, they're known for it. You've only got to fart on the throttle and it's off. But they're not particularly fast cars. Obviously it's faster than the Rover, but you know, they weren't built to be a sports car, they were built to be a compact, lightweight version of the old SLs, which were, you know, great big honking things. And it had to ride like a Mercedes, which it does. It wafts along lovely. Oh, I mean, I love driving that. Nibbler, do you know, I was tempted to put an MOT on him the other day, just so I could get him down the road, make sure everything's okay, but I've run him up a few times now. Run it up to temp and nothing's leaking, so I think we're good. And of course, it's not a bad time of year to get your bike MOT'd, because you avoid the spring rush where everybody wants the bike serviced in spring, everybody wants the bike MOT'd for the summer. By doing it this time of year, or even earlier in the year, you know, January, February, you avoid all that, and then you've got a bike MOT'd through all the summer, and you know, winter if you want to get out. I've just given his main stand. Oh, hang on, because I've got to pick you up delicately. Just giving his main stand some black enamel. Because I think I should be refitting the main stand, because I've actually found the springs. Because I'd lost the springs and there they were hanging up. Oh, look at this mess. My camera could be there anywhere. Where are you, camera? Where did I put you? That's not the one, that's the other one, by the way. Oh yeah, case is there waiting to be blasted. I've got to get the bolts out. Got to get the main stand out of the frame, but you know, it could go for sandblasting and painting with the main stand on. I don't know, but that is just a shaft. Or we could be groovy and say that's just a shaft. Dink, 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 dink. Yeah, that was an attempt at the shaft theme tune. Basically, what's held in, there's a pin one side, like a split pin. This is obviously a steel tube, and I'm presuming a steel tube around it, and it should just knock through. But obviously, it's been there since the bike was built, so it's putting up a little bit of a fight. But literally that is the only bit that's got to come off the frame, and this rubber block which just slides off, but it's decided to bend itself slightly to the frame, which is no problem. I've put some built hammer rust eater on it, which is why it looks like an alien's spunked on it, and that just normally it eats rust, but you know, give it a chance. I'm sure I put the camera down here somewhere. Ooh, muck off cleaning bag. Oh, I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. I'm just hoping one of you lot will spot it. But no. I've looked high and low. Look, I've got floor again. Okay, now. High and low. There's swing, shocker, top of the airbox. The rest of Pinky is in here. I've put all the back parts of Pinky in there, so everything's in one place and organised. Yes, I said organised. I know it's a worry, isn't it? So that's it for now. So yeah, I've lost my camera. Hopefully this one will turn out alright. I've got another GoPro oh, you made about losing the camera and you've got 3 GoPros. They all film completely differently. And the session is just the one I've got used to. It's so easy to use. But yeah, for now I think the Pictsies have run away with it and they're making midget pixie porno under the shed. So yes, that's a little catch up. Everything's alright. So yeah, enjoy yourselves. This is, I don't know, Thursday morning, so I'll just push this out. But yeah, I'm waffling as well. So but I hope you're all well or keeping well, and let me know what you're up to, and see you in the next one.